Hello everyone, Gordon here, and today I'm going to show you how to log in, set up a class, and search for resources in our newest resource, ScienceA-Z. So if you have not already, I'll show you today how to log in. Unfortunately, we don't have it tied to our ClassLink Launchpad just because it's not automatically rostered. So the easiest way is to just type it into your URL. You'll see up here it's ScienceA-Z.com. Super easy to get to, just type it in the top, and then that'll get you to your home page. Now again, you'll notice the member login up in the top right. That's where you're going to click to log in as a teacher. Students, they're just going to click where the robot is pointing, the kids login button. But for today, we're going to log in and you're going to type in your username. Now again, your username is going to be that beginning half of your email, so drop the @lcsedu.net and type in that username right there. Now, if you are a K2 teacher with a RazKids account, all you need to do is use that same password that you use for your RazKids account. ScienceA-Z is already connected to your username and your account. If you're a 3 to 5 teacher, so you teach the grades 3 to 5, you don't have a RazKids account, you're just going to click Forgot Password on the bottom. Now, that's going to ask you for a recovery email, and that's going to then give you a reset email and you're just going to reset your password and then come back in and you log in through that member login. But once you've got your password, just click login, and then you're at the ScienceA-Z homepage. So the first thing I want to show you today real quick is this guided help button right here. If you click that, it's going to show you a lot of different things, and it's going to guide you through. It's going to highlight where you need to click and how you get to those resources, how you get to customize your classroom and things like that. But today, I'm just going to show you how to manage and roster your students and then search for some resources. So if you want to learn a little bit more, I suggest the guided help button right there. So let's get started on managing and adding our classroom. So just click Manage Students and then click Add Students right underneath it. You're going to choose your grade level if you have not done that already, so that way it's tied to your profile account. But what you're going to do to add your students in is just click this Google Classroom import if you already have a Google Classroom ready to go. That's super quick and easy. You can add a CSV file by putting in your students' usernames in a Google Sheet, just top to bottom, one on top of the other, put in their usernames, and then you can upload a CSV file, or you can just type in each student, type in their email right here, their first and their last name, and then before you hit save to add that student, you can add their reading level and their password. I would suggest making their password the same password that they log in the Chromebook with. So again, that 08 number that they log in with their Chromebook, their account password. And then this reading level right here is very important because when we talk about searching and adding resources or assigning resources to our students, what this does is it automatically tailors that to their reading level, right? So you have one resource. So in a minute, we're going to look at a rock cycle resource. You'll see that there is a low, a medium, and a high resource. So again, depending on their reading level, it will tailor that resource to that specific student based upon what their reading level is. So again, after you get your students logged in, you kind of do one at a time. You can add another student, or again, your Google Classroom. You just want to check to make sure you have your class correct. You just click that roster button right there and then scroll down, go over to ScienceA-Z, and you should see all your students listed underneath right here. You'll see their reading levels right here, so that way you can then change their reading levels right there in that spot. So that way you can kind of do it all at once and make sure they're all correct. That's how to add your students in, again, either Google Classroom, CSV, or just individually adding in their username and their password. And then it's all done and you're good to go. So now let's go back home again just by clicking ScienceA-Z up top. And let's start searching for some resources, right? You want to search, you have a unit coming up, you want to search for those resources in ScienceA-Z that they have. You could do one of two things. You could just type in, say we want to look at something in the solar system. We want to see what resources ScienceA-Z has on the solar system. You could just do a broad search and look through and kind of see what they have. Again, you could just straight assign it, or I would just kind of take a look, see what units they have or what resources they have available under each one. But say you want to look at a specific SOL or a specific standard. ScienceA-Z set it up really nice. We can kind of go down here. So again, just go onto the home page, scroll down just a little bit, about halfway down, you'll see the U.S. State Science Standards button. So you just click on that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click Virginia, and that's going to begin uploading all of the state standards. But say we want to, for today's example, we're just going to do 5th grade rock cycle. So we want to 5th grade, State Virginia. We're just going to click Go. That is then going to bring up all of the 5th grade science standards. Now you'll notice that not every standard has materials correlated to it. But as you scroll through, you'll notice that most of them do. So they're continuing to add resources to ScienceA-Z. So if the standard, you don't see a resource tied to a standard, just try to check back maybe later and we'll see. But 5.8c, the rock cycle, let's check what they have here. So it looks like we have 13 resources, 13 things tied to that standard. So you can scroll through, kind of get a little synopsis of it and see which ones you really like. But say we really like this one right here. You'll see you have the mid, high, low. So it has all of those nonfiction books right there, right? So it has the high, it has the low, it has the mid right there. But say we like this, right? We say Earth's changing face. We like that. That's what we want to look at. So if you click this top one right here, it's just going to automatically bring up and download the PDF for the book that you have, Earth's Changing Face. So you can kind of take a look through at the books that they have there. You could print it, you could download it, whatever you need. Again, that's just the PDF version right there. But say we want to check that resource out within ScienceA-Z. Check this little button underneath here. So under the title, you're going to see Changing Landforms. So that's going to bring you to the Changing Landforms unit, right? So that has landforms constantly changing. It has all of the resources right here. So we see that nonfiction book of Earth's Changing Face. We see project-based learning packs that are available, some process activities. So again, these are all of the resources available under that 5.8c or Changing Landforms. So that rock cycle. So again, different types of things that we have for erosion, things like that. Say that's not necessarily what you want. You wanted something more geared towards rocks, minerals, and soil. So again, you kind of click that bottom link again and just see here again of what is available. So we have minerals, rocks, and soil, and a lot of different project-based learning packs. So again, 2 different activities, 2 different resources or units that have a lot of different nonfiction, fiction books in there about the rock cycle and things like that. So say you want to assign this entire unit, you want to just assign individual books. You really like this one, so you're going to click Assign right here, and that's going to bring up the resources that you want to assign to your students. Now again, these all correlate to those resources that we saw as you scrolled through that unit. So say we just want to assign the nonfiction books and whatever videos there are with it. So you have nonfiction books checked and science videos. You'll see your students scroll down here. So again, you can assign it to the entire class. You can only assign it to certain students. But again, once you have your roster in here, you will see them on the bottom. And you can choose a start and a due date, or you don't have to do that. But once you have that chosen, you have your students chosen, you're just going to click Assign right there. And then that resource has been assigned to your students. Now again, when your students log in, they're going to see that their teacher has something assigned to them or has assigned something to them, and that they can access that resource, or they could just search around ScienceA-Z on their own. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, again, on how to log in, roster your classroom and set up your classroom, and then also search for different resources through ScienceA-Z. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you want me to just kind of sit down and show you a little bit more or work with you on getting your students logged in and getting your class input in there, please just shoot me an email and let me know. Thank you so much again, and I hope you guys enjoy Science A to Z.